Hey everybody, welcome back for another review. I have a few more spring collections to get through and then we're going to jump into summer collections. I did get the Essie summer collection out because a lot of you wanted to see that. Just a few more spring collections. I wasn't sure if I was going to review these two just because they were kind of shimmery shades and I wasn't super excited about them. But I'm glad I did because I found a few good ones in both of these collections. Today I'm going to start with the CND collection. This is Across the Mani-vese Spring 2024 collection. I love it. Beyond Polish was nice enough to send me a set that had the Vinyl X polishes that it comes in and also the gel polishes that it comes in, and they are beautiful. In fact, I'm wearing one of them on my nails, so I'll talk about that one a little bit later. I do want to read the description that CND has for this collection because I think they can explain it so much better than I can. So I'm going to read that really quickly. This is a mood-boosting palette that offers a journey through whimsical colors, holographic finishes, and psychedelic motifs. Available in shellac and Vinyl X. So Vinyl X is just their regular lacquer line, and then their shellac is like their gel line. So let's get into this collection and then we can move on to some more bright cherry colors because I'm definitely starting to crave those. Although it is a little bit chilly this week and it's supposed to be chilly next week. We're going to get down into the 30s at night time and I'm over it, you guys. I'm so ready for summer. It'll come soon. So there's two creams, there's a couple sheers, and there's some shimmery shades as well. In fact, 4 of those, including the sheers, have a little bit of glitter or shimmer in them. First up is Chartreuse, and it's this really bright yellow. It's looking a little more cool toned than it really is in the bottle. It's actually a really warm toned yellow that's pretty typical from a lot of the yellows we see that OPI comes out with. I want to say because when I compared them to those, I was like, oh, it's pretty similar to those. This does have a very sheer formula though, but it builds up pretty well. I think you'll need 3, possibly 4 coats. I'm someone who prefers it to be quite opaque, and so I prefer to do 4 coats on these, but it did dry down pretty quickly in between coats, which I liked. Sometimes polishes that are more sheer don't, and so I appreciated that about it. So I thought the formula was pretty good for being a sheer, and I did notice when I was taking pictures that it does have a slight shimmer in there. It's almost like a blue to silver iridescent shimmer, so that's really pretty too, and it does kind of glow on your nails and it gives a little squishy look as well. So I do feel like this polish is pretty original, but I did some comparisons so you could see where it was with Color Rains and how it looked a little bit different on the nails because it is kind of a squishy sheer polish. So let's look at those comparisons. I compared it to Meditation Haven, and that's the new one from the summer collection that just came out that I have a review of. I just wanted you to see how that compared. That was one of my favorites from that collection. I love it. I love that it's so cool toned. And then Don't Tell a Soul is closest in color, but it is a touch warmer, but of course it's not a sheer, and I Just Can't Copacabana is a little warmer as well, and of course that's not a sheer either. I mostly put those on there so you could see where it fit on the color spectrum. So this one's really pretty and original. If you love yellows and you like these sheers, I think they're so fun. I know that Essie has a new sheer collection that just came out, and I have all those polishes that I have yet to review. I'm waiting for my nail to get a little longer. I'll probably get to those next week. I've been working in the yard a lot. As you guys know, I have a gardening channel too, and I've been doing so much work on that, and it's kind of trashed my nails a little bit. So they're a little short right now, but it's fine. It's fine. Sometimes we have short nails, but I'm going to be getting to those sheers. And what I love about the sheer in that one is that it's a little cooler toned than this one, and I tend to prefer those cooler toned ones. So I'm excited to look at that one, and I'll compare it to this one when I do that. Next up is Daydreaming, and we always seem to have some kind of terracotta shade. I feel like terracotta is really in this year though, and this one's more of a new terracotta that's also has a little bit of pink in it. It's really soft and a little bit more muted, but I just picked up some terracotta pants from American Eagle and I am just loving them. So I feel like it's kind of coming back. It's really a popular shade right now that's on trend. I don't typically follow the trends. I kind of just see what's out there and then I pick up what I like, but I think a few of you mentioned that as well in the comment section of one of my reviews. So anyway, terracotta is kind of in right now. This one's a little bit more nude, like I mentioned. It is more close to my skin tone, which I kind of don't like. I like a little bit of contrast, but I love the color tone of this one. It builds up really nicely in 2 coats. It does have a more crelly formula, which surprised me because it looks pretty much like a cream in the bottle, but of course it builds up very nicely, so it's going to be opaque in 2 coats. You might need 3 though if you do your coats thinner. Okay, let's look at those comparisons that I have. There's a lot of these kind of shades like I mentioned, and I just pulled in the ones that I found were close to it so you can get an idea of what color it is, but none of these are going to exactly be the same. Compared it to Essie Set in Sandstone, that one's the closest, but it's a touch brighter. OPI Corralling Your Spirit Animal is brighter and a little more orange. Essie Snooze In is darker. Those are all the different tones. I did find a lot of the Essie shades that they have a million of are either more pink or more orange, and this one is a little bit more nude. As you can see, it's a little bit different than the ones that I even compared it to. So I'll let you decide if you want to get this one, but I do find that it's a pretty color. I just don't like that it's very similar to my skin tone. This is Chicadelic, and I like that it kind of goes along with their description of the collection. When I was looking at it, I was like, oh, this doesn't seem that original and it's not that exciting, but when I put it on the nails, it's just such a soft shade. It's this nice soft purple with just a hint of pink, and it also has this iridescent shift in it that shifts from like pink to purple, and it is gorgeous, and I love the way it looks on the nail, and it is whimsical and a little bit psychedelic, I guess you could say, because it has that iridescent shift in it, and I think it's so fun. It's one of my favorites from the collection. It applied so nicely too, even though this is a little bit more sheer as well. I would say it's more of a acrylic. You're going to need 3 coats. It was like so close to 2 coats, but I definitely needed to do 3, especially for that picture swatch. I can't remember what I'm showing you for the live swatch, probably just 2, but I really enjoyed this one. It just, I just loved it on the nail. Let's see how it compares, because I do have a few colors that it reminded me of, but I don't think they're exactly the same. But let me review that and tell you about it. So I compared it to You Do Blue, and that one's the closest, but more blue. I was kind of surprised how close it was to that. I don't remember that being so soft, but I do remember comparing it to Ripple Effect that's next here in line. When it came out, I believe this spring, it reminded me of You Do Blue, and I didn't used to like that because I didn't really wear shimmers, and now I'm wearing them more, and I remember saying I need to pull You Do Blue out. So I actually like Chicadelic a little bit more than You Do Blue, just because I like the color tone a little bit better. That's probably just an in the moment thing. That can change, your mood for colors can change. But anyway, they're a little different but kind of similar. And then as you can see, Ripple Effect is even more blue and brighter, and then Shaking My Sugar Plum is glittery, and I grabbed it because I needed one more. That's all I could find that was kind of close, but it's not, because it's just glitter. So I really love this one. It'll definitely be one that I pull out. I had a hard time deciding if I should wear the one on my nails or this one. I went with the other one, of course, but this one's really fun too, and I think it's perfect for spring, and I think it will be fun for summer too. Then we have Romani Size, and I love the name. I think that's so creative and cute, and this is one that I have on my nails. So it has this purple base with a hint of pink. It's not as cool as you can see compared to this one. This is more blue leaning, this is more plummy purple, and then it has really fine glitter in here that's more gold, and then it has an iridescent shift in here that kind of shifts from that pink to purple like the one in the other polish. I believe this one built up really nicely in 2 coats. So let's look at those comparisons. I compared it to Spring in Your Step, and that one's a lighter kind of lilac shade, and it does have shimmer in it, but that's one of the ones that I thought of when I saw this. And then OPI One Hecla of a Color and Incognito Mode. I just pulled those out. They don't have any shimmer, but they're close in color tone, so you can kind of see where this is with the color tone. So those are the ones that I compared it to, and this one's really beautiful too. Also another one of my favorites from the collection. Then we have Hippie Ocy, which is a super cute name too. Another blue. This one's more of a softer blue, but it does have some blue fine glitter pieces in there and that iridescent purple pink shift. So this one is a little bit more psychedelic, I would say, compared to all of them, and it's really soft on your nails, though I'm surprised how much I liked it. This one builds up really nicely in 2 coats too. It reminded me so much of a Butter London polish, and the first name that came to my mind was All Hail the Queen, and then I was like, no, it's not that, because that's the more nude one, but it was the one that was blue like this that had that shimmer in it, and I don't have it anymore. I must have gotten rid of it, but it's one that was super popular probably about 10 years ago, and I'll put the name on the screen because I was going to research it last night and I forgot, but I know some of you are going to know exactly what I'm talking about, and hopefully I can find it and put on here because it reminded me of that one. It was one of my favorite Butter London polishes, and this one just reminded me of it too. This one of course has a little bit more glimmer and sparkle in it, but really it's really only noticeable outside in the sun. Like this one, you can't really tell that it's shimmery. Even though it is, it just adds a little bit more shine to it. This is probably the most shimmery out of all of them, this one and this purpley one, but it's not like out there glitter. It's just a little more just fun. Anyway, I thought this one was really cool too, so this one surprised me. Hazy Games is a beautiful one, and I love these kind of shades so much. I typically wear them in the fall. I guess you can see this color and think of like rainy spring days that are kind of gloomy. If you're wanting to think of why they may have put it in the spring collection, I think it goes along well with all these other colors too. And it's just a really nice, soft, moody, slate kind of gray blue color. And like I said, I love shades like this. The formula is a little bit curly as well, so it's going to be 2 to 3 coats depending on how you apply it. But I love polishes like that because, like I mentioned before, they give a little bit of a squishy look. And so I think this one's really fun. Let's see how it compares, because I did pull out probably about 10 polishes and narrowed it down to some. So we'll see how they compare. So I compared it to Tone Down. That was close, a touch darker, and then High End Note from Essie Gel Couture is darker and more gray. And then another Essie Gel Couture Showroom for One is the closest, almost exact to that. So that's the closest that I have. And I felt the formula was maybe pretty similar actually. And this next comparison, we have As If and then Test the Waters and then OPI I Heart DTLA. And those are all more blue toned. I just wanted to show you that. Hazy Games is more purple toned. I would say I Heart DTL is kind of close, but not exact. Anyway, you can see how that compares. So there's quite a few polishes like this that have come out recently in the last probably like 8 years, I would say. But I really love this one and I like it with the collection as well. I think I will probably wear it more in the fall, but I think you could get away with wearing this in the spring. You can wear it anytime you want. If you're someone who likes more moody, soft colors, then this one will be perfect for you. And obviously I can see why I liked it, because all the ones I pulled out were some of my favorite polishes, so obviously these are my jam. You know, I have more favorites than I thought with this one. I thought I'd only pick a couple, but I really just fell in love with these. So we've got here, this writing's so small, Chicadelic, which is the kind of lighter lavender purple. And then Romani Size is the purpley one. This kind of hazy soft gray is called Hazy Games. And then Hippie Ocy is the blue color. I think they're so fun. I think the yellow's kind of fun, but I do prefer the cooler tones, so I think I'll be more excited about the Essie yellow that's coming from that collection. So anyway, that's it for this collection. Thanks so much for joining me. We're almost through the spring polishes. We're getting close. I have one more collection, the China Glaze collection, that I'll be reviewing next. So I look forward to that. And let me know what colors you prefer out of this collection down below. And if you love CND, I'm really liking that brand. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in my next review. Bye guys.